Welcome to episode 21 of Daily Current Affairs, covering key updates for January 2026. These topics are crucial for UPSC pre and mains preparation. We begin with rising concerns about migrant safety. Hate crimes are increasing, reported up by 42% in 2023, affecting religious minorities. Growing social tensions challenge India's multicultural fabric, with 78% of surveyed migrants feeling unsafe. Urgent protective measures and policy interventions are needed, as current coverage only reaches 35% of vulnerable groups. Next, the water quality crisis deepens, affecting 56% of districts due to groundwater contamination. Infrastructure challenges persist, with only 42% having access to piped water. Waterborne diseases have increased by 78%. Solutions require a $2.8 billion investment in water treatment infrastructure and immediate policy reforms. The EU carbon tax challenges trade relations. The Carbon Border Adjustment Mechanism impacts Indian steel and aluminum exports, valued at $5.8 billion, potentially raising costs by up to 35%. This necessitates urgent FTA negotiations to address tax disparities and maintain market competitiveness. India is navigating complex global dynamics. International diplomacy faces challenges as the current world order lacks established norms. India's strategic positioning must adapt to this fluid geopolitical environment through innovative foreign policy. The debate on student presence versus learning outcomes continues. We examine attendance policy debates and legal considerations regarding academic freedom. The focus is on balancing physical presence with educational effectiveness, proposing flexible, adaptive learning models. Climate action is under scrutiny as global consensus on emission targets shows cracks. India maintains its per capita emissions stance while boosting renewable energy. The debate highlights the tension between development needs and ecological preservation, despite a 23% global growth in solar capacity. Railway expansion reaches new frontiers with the completion of Kashmir and Mizoram connections. Future challenges involve traffic management in difficult terrains. Significant investment, worth 77,000 crore, is underway in northeast India, including new lines to Arunachal Pradesh and Sikkim. Metal exports face a carbon tax impact. Indian exports face a 22% price cut due to the world's first carbon tax, targeting high-emission industries like steel and aluminum. Urgent technology shifts toward cleaner production and export diversification are needed. Gig workers seek fair treatment due to wage theft and arbitrary deactivations. A social security gap leaves 92% vulnerable. Karnataka's pioneering bill proposes minimum wage guarantees, setting a precedent for comprehensive future protections in the digital economy. The Urban Waste Management Challenge shows India generates over 170,000 tons of solid waste daily, with only about 54% processed. Swachh Bharat 2.0 targets 100% waste processing by 2026. Citizen participation and sustainable infrastructure are vital for achieving garbage-free cities. Addressing casual racism in society requires actively challenging discrimination and preventing social brutalization. Building an inclusive society means recognizing unique community challenges, and education must promote tolerance and intercultural respect. India's Vishwaguru aspirations require developing indigenous solutions and intellectual frameworks that reflect its ethos. Achieving a global leadership role demands original thinking that balances traditional wisdom with modern geopolitical realities. The importance of classroom teaching is highlighted for academic rigor and real-time feedback. Remote learning has limitations, lacking critical social dynamics. Legal considerations emphasize the classroom's role. An optimal approach blends traditional pedagogy with technology. The telecom sector urgently needs more players to increase competition. Multiple providers would lead to better pricing and service quality. Current challenges include high infrastructure costs. Enhanced competition could reduce prices by 15 to 20%. The technology and minerals gap is evident after decades of inattention, creating strategic vulnerabilities. A national mission, with a 34,300 crore budget, has been launched to secure supply chains, which is critical for future economic growth and clean energy transition. Fiscal policy faces constraints with a 5.8% GDP deficit. Committed expenditures account for over 65% of the budget. Strategic spending prioritization and revenue enhancement are required to maintain sustainability while supporting economic recovery. India's energy transition is moving beyond sun and wind. Record renewable capacity was added, but a diversified energy mix, including nuclear and hydro, is needed for 24/7 reliability. Grid infrastructure and storage solutions are critical for energy independence by 2047. Thank you for your attention to these critical issues shaping India's future. We appreciate you watching this video.